Let me tell you something. You're getting robbed. Now, free trade allows us to basically trade with other countries, obviously. We can trade from the United States to Africa to Europe and basically any part of the world. However, there are some components that we need to learn about trade before we fully grasp this special kinds of concepts.
So specialization. Specialization is when a group or country focuses production on a limited range of goods or services that are easier to produce in their given area to increase their efficiency. Specialization allows for countries to use their skills to make things they are good at making and trade it to those who both need the product and also who have products that they need themselves. Specialized classes, for example, would be blacksmiths, glove makers, and watchmakers. Absolute advantage is the ability for one person or group to produce either more or a higher quality good or service over another person. For example, let's take a big corporation and a small business trying to produce teddy bears. The bigger corporation, through the use of all of its factories and sweatshops, can produce way more teddy bears, giving the corporation an absolute advantage.
I need some new shoes. Perfect.
Man, I think I need a new phone. Yeah, perfect.
Fits quite well.
It's pretty good. There are many reasons to be for and against free trade. To start, reasons for free trade is free trade allows for optimum utilization of skills and resources. Goods are available at a cheaper price. Free trade continues to keep healthy competition alive and provide efficient productivity, and products and services are produced and sold to places where they are needed. However, arguments against free trade is that it does not help the poor and causes more damage to their lives. Cheaper goods destroy local businesses because of the cheaper cost and efficiency. Dependent countries will suffer if the country they rely upon falls, and illicit goods enter from around the world.
The balance of payments. What is the balance of payments? The balance of payments is all economic transactions between the country and the rest of the world in a particular period of time. This period of time is usually a quarter of a year or of a whole year. The current account. The current account focuses on trade, income, or dividend from stock from another country, and transference of money. Factors of the current account include exports, which is the goods that we sell to other countries, income receipts, or income from owning assets abroad, imports, goods that are sold from countries to the U.S., income payments, foreigners owning assets in the United States, net transfers, money from the U.S. given to the rest of the world, or giving money to relatives outside the U.S. The current account equals the total money inflow minus the total money outflow. Surplus, when the current account is in the positive, and the deficit, when the current account is in the negative. The capital account. The capital account focuses on changes in ownership of assets. assets of either U.S. citizens or foreign citizens owning different assets in different countries that is not their own. The factors include foreign-owned assets in the United States, the foreign reserve, which is countries owning American bonds, U.S.-owned assets in foreign countries, and then U.S. reserves, Americans owning foreign bonds. The international debt of the United States is, let me get to it. The United States tend to have high deficits, with a $2.2 trillion deficit in exports, $2.7 trillion deficit in imports, and a $500 billion deficit in general, which is not a surprise. Exchange rates, a rate at which one currency is exchanged for another country's currency. The supply and demand for foreign exchange. For example, China's tactic. We have limited amount of money flowing around our economy. China buys our own currency, which decreases the supply of the US dollar. This will appreciate the value of the US dollar. At the same time, the value of the Chinese dollar is decreased, which means that the US can buy more of Chinese products. Current fluctuations, appreciation and depreciation. Appreciate is when a currency increases in buying power, and depreciate is when a currency decreases in buying power. Here are a few graphs of currency exchanges.
Let's look at the exchange rate that shows us the graph from the US dollar to euros. As you see in the number on the top left, it says that 1 US dollar is equivalent to 0.88 euros. And if you look on the graph, it shows us, how it was before. As you see, there's a lot of dives down, which means that the US dollar most of the time depreciated, or the euros appreciated compared to each other. Now, let's look at the US dollar compared to Chinese dollars, called yuan, or whatever you guys like to call it. Make fun of me if you want for that. If you look on the top left, you can see that for 1 US dollars, it takes 6.89 Chinese dollars. And you look at the graph, it actually shows you that recently there was a depreciation of the US dollars. The US dollar used to be appreciated by probably looks like around $7 or less than $7. It was higher before, and now it depreciated. So that's basically it for the whole information part. But really understand that that 3 food groups created this whole video. So understand that we don't just end it with an information. We end it with style and finesse. Please enjoy Keller embarrassing himself trying to do Fortnite dances and comparing it to the real ones.
Derp 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 derp